Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 258 of the High Sensitivity Podcast, and thank you for listening. If it's your first time here, we talk about video game and movie news as we watched or played for the week. My name is Barry, and I bet you thought my other two co-hosts were gone, but they're not.
Oh, we here. Craig number 1 or Craig number 2 reporting duty, depending on who you talk to.
Other Craig reporting as well. Where would we have gone? Hey, where were we?
I don't know.
Okay.
We did take 3 weeks.
We did.
This is 3 weeks
did.
different. You know, they might not have thought we were coming back.
It's true. Disappeared
We
forever.
are.
Back.
Yeah.
Don't call it a comeback. We've been here for years.
Oh God, it's true. 5
Just
years.
a tiny break. Yeah, 5 years, and it's
Yep.
not stopping.
Nope.
You know what else doesn't stop?
The news, baby.
Yes, the news. And we got a crap ton of it. So, in no particular order or fashion, let's just kind of go over what I have for news. Borderlands 4 launches. It's popular, but it's also a mess. Also, Randy Pitchford doesn't know when to keep his mouth shut.
Nope.
A lot of drama has cropped up this week because he's kind of tired of everybody adding him on, Twitter or X, the everything app, and telling him how badly Borderlands 4 runs. Why did you guys release it? And calling pretty much the developers monkeys about, developing wise. So he's went on a huge Twitter spree about how, hey, if you can do it, then you should do it yourself, and we'll pay you to fix the system. Borderlands 4 is a premium game for premium machines, which is kind of what everybody was angry about. What a lot of people take a lot of hold up in is he's been suggesting that you turn down the graphics and let the graphics cards AI, DLSS, or I think for Radeon cards it's FSR, do the upscale graphic powers for you so that everything else will run well. But the game, even when you do that, people are having issues. And to be fair, it is mostly with computing machines. I don't know about you guys. I do get dips randomly during cutscenes on Xbox Series X. Mine will twitch out a little bit. So I have noticed some performance drops, but not that much. Do you guys agree with Randy's takes? And how's your performance with the game?
Craig.
I haven't even played it yet.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, I bought it. I went out and
Okay.
bought it the day it came out, but I'm trying to be responsible gamer and finish Death Stranding first. So I have not even opened it yet, and it's probably for the best, right? Maybe I'll get a patch by the time I play it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and I'm waiting on it too.
That's what I've been waiting for Metal Gear Solid Delta on, because I heard it runs terribly on the Pro, so I've been waiting for a patch notes.
I haven't even bought that yet. I'm behind.
You bought Delta, wow.
No.
Craig,
I just beat all three of them. I just beat all three of them, and I was like, I'm in no rush to play through it again with all these other games. Maybe it'll go on sale. That was my thought.
It might. It probably will.
Yeah.
I thought a cool thing that PlayStation has done the past couple weeks. One, they did release a new parental controls application that works more like Nintendo's, where you can set playtime just for people who are going to be parents or who are parents now trying to, ease their kids into gaming. It's a very customizable thing. You can put time, notes, and give it permissions about okay, when they want to buy something, I want to know so I can deny it or approve it, kind of deal. I just like seeing that. A lot of times we hear horror stories about kids using their mother's credit cards to buy Fortnite skins, buy Roblox bucks, buy $3,000 worth of Dum Dum lollipops. It's all kind of over the place. But it is nice to see that PlayStation is doing that. PlayStation also pushed out an update to their PS5 controllers that allow you to connect to different devices depending on holding the PlayStation button and one of the face buttons. So the PlayStation and I'll say the X or cross button, as they'd say, you can make it, to your PS5. The PlayStation logo and the square can be to your PC, and so on and so forth. So it's nice to see customizable sets. And it's nice to see PlayStation finally catching up with the rest of the world, where you can finally connect to these things without having to make it a huge hassle.
Right.
007 First Light gameplay.
Yeah.
We did have that deep dive. What did you guys think?
I think it looks great.
Yeah. I don't know why I was skeptical prior to seeing some of that because I was wondering how they make it a game,
Right.
or what they do. Because I mean, my last 007 experience was sleepovers with, the N64 007. So, but it looks promising. It looks promising. It looks very Uncharted inspired.
Yes.
A
Yep.
lot of Uncharted dips in things there, and I don't mean to think that they have like a patent on that type of experience, but Uncharted is classic in creating a specific experience like that, So I don't know. I saw, but like other stuff too that made it uniquely James Bond.
I think it made me more excited because I was not nervous, but I was thinking it was going to be more of like a Hitman style game. And I am not a huge fan of Hitman games.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm probably not going to care. But when I saw, I was like, oh, it's more Uncharted than anything. I'm like, oh, I'm in. Like 100% count me in. Barry, you're in. Obviously, it's 007.
Yeah, no, I'm a big 007 fan.
This is the guy that rewatched them all in a row. Remember this? And talked about it on this podcast. You watched all of them that time you did that, right?
No,
Oh, you
I
almost
watched all the Pokemon movies.
I thought he watched a bunch of James Bond.
I did watch a bunch of James Bond, but I did not watch all of them.
Okay.
We then have a little bit in the movie corner. Sophie Turner is getting casted as Lara Croft.
I like it.
I like it too. It just feels weird because I have Alicia Vikander's Tomb Raider.
Yep.
On 4K, and I'm thinking in my head like, wow, yeah, what happened to that? Like that just kind of
disappeared.
Yeah, it just fell apart. Really, I didn't think she played that bad, but maybe I need to rewatch the movie and see what I come up with there. Silksong finally came out while on our break, and it broke storefronts on all four really. Steam was broken, Nintendo was broken, Xbox, PlayStation were broken. They all went down because people were buying Silksong.
Yeah, I love that.
Fair.
Did you guys see the other thing? Like there's a piracy subreddit that had a lot of different conversations about. It's essentially where people congregate.
Yeah, that's right.
And they were serious. They were talking about Silksong as like the one game that they will not pirate after pirating for years and years and years. Like a collective whole are giving Silksong its flowers by even like not pirating the game itself. I thought that was interesting.
And then finally, what everyone's been waiting for is the longest Nintendo Direct in recent history, and we'll talk about that. All right, so the Nintendo Direct can be kind of, I think, split up. So we'll kind of go a little bit by split up, and we'll kind of get everyone's thoughts. Okay. The first part of the Nintendo Direct was Mario's 40th anniversary, in which we got some announcements about how they're doing special exhibits in the Nintendo Museum. They're sponsoring races. We are seeing Super Mario Wonder gets a Nintendo Switch 2 edition with some extra stuff.
Sure.
They did also say that like they announced the Yoshi and the Mysterious Book.
Yeah.
Is a game with the style. I don't mind the style. The style does look cool.
The style's cool.
But I guess the most evil maybe Nintendo thing is doing is they are re-releasing Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2 either together and or standalone. And they're $40 for each, $70 for the combo pack. But kind of the big deal here is, one, no new 3D Mario platformer, and two, the fact that Super Mario Galaxy was released with the original trio, which that game, it's crazy how much that little cartridge has skyrocketed.
Still got mine, baby.
Yeah,
still got mine. I'm so that limited release.
Yep.
Who would have thought it'd be as limited as it is?
Yep.
So it feels weird that they're releasing that physically, but then a lot of people, and like to be fair, I do love Super Mario Galaxy 2. So they're releasing that, and how they're celebrating Mario's 40th anniversary is with a trailer of the Super Mario Galaxy movie with some amiibo and a physical Rosalina Storytime book.
Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of weirdness. Now, I'm not as attached to Mario as you guys are, but your impressions of the 40th anniversary are
They can F right off. I mean, I don't know how much, like, we all own the Switch too. I don't know how much more we need to know that, like, Nintendo just does not like us as consumers, right?
Right.
This is the 40th anniversary, and I like we had said off air, like Barry, you had said maybe it's not ready, right? Like maybe they don't have it ready in time, but like the Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 is fine, but to charge $40 a piece is wild.
Yeah. For the 35th anniversary, they released 3 iconic games.
Yep.
Which, how much was that? It's been so long since we bought
60.
that. It was 60 for 3 games.
Yep.
Optimized for the Switch 2, which is obviously not actually, or sorry, Switch.
Yep.
Optimized for the Switch as best they could. I mean, the Sunshine looked rough.
Yeah.
But that's what they gave us for the 35th. Made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're giving us 2 games, and I'm somebody who really liked, like, that was, to be real with you guys, that was the first time I played Galaxy, was on that 3-pack. I missed Galaxy, like OG, when it came out, and I loved it.
Yep.
And you can give me Galaxy again and again, and I'll love it, but I'm kind of upset with how they gave it here. With Galaxy 2, with the price tag, and I don't know. That's it. You give us Mario Tennis Fever, which there was a 1 or 2 nuances about it that I thought were okay. Like they added wonder items into the items that you can like utilize in the game. I thought that was interesting, but not $70-$80 interesting for a new tennis game for Mario when I'm questionable on Mario sports games anyway at this point, and whether I want to invest in them. And then can I say one more thing? Why do Yoshi games, why are they so geared towards us? Like they make them a little bit younger feeling. You could still do the storybook mode. But what was the last Yoshi game? The Yarn one.
Yep.
Where like I wanted to play it. I was like I forget what it was called. Yoshi and it's something island.
There was a Switch one. I feel like
it had a Yarn like
Yoshi
feel
game.
to it.
How many Yoshi games have we had between the last Mario?
Oh, I don't know.
Odyssey.
Okay, it is Yoshi's Crafted World. You are right. It's Yarn. Yeah, because the one I'm thinking of is Woolly World for Wii U. Crafted World was for Switch.
Idea. Let's take Yoshi and let's give him like a Wario type game where it's dark and decrepit and not yarn based. I understand Yoshi's cute. But anyway, that was a lot of words to just say that it was very underwhelming for a 40th. When people have a 40th birthday party, they go like Eiffel Tower or like they skydive. All their family comes in. Like 4-0 is a big human celebration. I think we could have given Mario more than a plunger in a toilet for his.
Or at the very least, like, could you have not just been like, hey, we are working on a Mario Odyssey 2. It's just not ready yet. They've done that before, right? Like, just, hey, it is coming, but like not even mention it makes me think like, did you make one? Like, are you making one? Do you not care? I don't know. Like, it's wild to me to think that Mario Odyssey was so good, and that was how many years ago now? 10?
Yeah, almost. Or yeah, if that. Here's the question: are you guys getting that? I know we're yelling about it, but are you guys getting that 2-pack?
No.
That Mario Galaxy 2-pack?
I don't need the 2-pack. I might get like Galaxy 2 separately, but I won't be getting.
Yeah, there's no way. I'm not paying that. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I guess like my biggest pet peeve with it too is just the fact that the trailer was kind of lame to begin with as well. It was literally just a flyover and then seeing Mario like by a tree, and then the Luma or the whatever it was, we follow it up into the sky, into the galaxy, and then title card. You really couldn't give us more than just that. is kind of annoying. Yeah, like I do know that Bonanza was made by the same team as the Odyssey team, so
Yes.
I just wonder if like who is working on the next Mario if it's not the Odyssey team. Like if because you'd think Odyssey team would be making Odyssey 2.
Yeah.
Not
Right.
but they may, they were making Bonanza. So what is, Mario, what's Mario's next thing that's 3D platformer?
Yeah.
Right.
All right, we ready to get into the other meat and potatoes of
Yep.
of this stuff?
Let's do
The
it.
stuff that made you excited, Barry.
Well, let's start off with the thing that made it weird.
Mm-hmm.
The Virtual Boy.
Yeah.
That's what I was most
Go.
excited about. Are you kidding me?
Let's go.
I'm gonna try for that. It's probably gonna sell out immediately. But I'm
Probably.
gonna try.
Well, you probably have a better chance of getting the cardboard cutout. It just
I don't
depends.
want that. I want the plastic
Yeah.
one.
Fair enough.
Right.
Fair enough. But yeah, it's just something like I just thought it was like, oh, really? Because I thought we were gonna get more GameCube games.
Yep. Oh, they don't care.
Not exactly, and not a classic Virtual Boy, which is cool for people who have used that and like it. But many people regard the Virtual Boy as a failure of a system.
It's
So
terrible.
now they want to release.
Oh, yeah.
They want to release it again and have it fail again. Like I'm really interested to see how this thing sells.
It's gonna sell out. You know it will.
Well, like, because it's nostalgia, but like that, what did it have? 13 games and 2 of them were Tetris?
Yeah.
Like 2 of them were Tetris?
Yep.
Come on.
I never owned one. I only ever played it in a Walmart way back in the day when I was a kid. And even then I was like, oh, this is terrible. It hurts my eyes. But I always wanted to own one, but not enough to pay the amount of money you would need to get an actual one today. So
Yeah.
I like that they're putting it on there. It's definitely going to sell out because every time they do this, the controllers, whatever, they're gone immediately.
Yep. I have a GameCube controller that I have not used to play Wind Waker yet. So
I've been meaning to get the GameCube. I forgot about that. I do have two N64 controllers.
There you go.
Right.
So what was nice, I think, about this Nintendo Direct is we got a lot of dates coming up.
Yeah.
So Tamagotchi Life, I'm very excited for
Yes.
coming out spring 2026. If you haven't played Tamagotchi Life, people, it is the funniest, like it is uncanny, one of the funniest games I've ever played. The little stupid AI voice they put over your characters, the way your characters interact with one another and how you manage it, it is all very funny. I loved that game on the 3DS, and I'm very excited for it on Switch too.
Didn't you put us in there in the original one?
That was Miitopia.
Miitopia, you put us in there. That's right.
Miitopia, I put you guys in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Then we got a date for Metroid, which is going to be coming in early December. And on top of that, the reveal of that Metroid or Samus, sorry, goes around on a bike from area to area. Oh,
I know
which
Craig
I do it. No, I have some opinions on this too. And then we got Amiibo released as well.
With those expensive amiibos, baby.
I
remember when they were $10.
I got a rant. I got ranted coming about Amiibo.
Let's do it.
So,
me too.
So
I was pumped.
Let's go.
Do we just do it now?
Yeah,
do
bring
it
it
now,
out,
bro.
We're heated now. Let's do it.
Nintendo? What are we doing? These were fun little collectibles that we used to have, and because Nintendo got a little whiff of people collecting them, they're like, "This is a collectible. We can sell more now." I have over 50 Amiibos in my house, and they used to be $15, $13.
Yep.
And sometimes you could use a $5 off coupon at GameStop and get it for a measly $10. That was really, really nice.
Yep.
But now we have Amiibo, and to be fair, like it is a little bit different. You have $40 Amiibo, like across the board, pretty much. They start at $40 now.
Yeah.
On top of that, we have $50 Amiibos where you can switch the riders, Kirby Air riders, to take for a prime example here, from one vehicle to another, and all they do is learn. All you can do is learn, they learn from you and they get to race. But guess what? They're swappable. So if you want to swap, you got to get the other $50 rider. So you can take that rider, put it in that vehicle, and then switch the other rider into the base vehicle that you have for Kirby instead of Waddle Dee, because Waddle Dee has the blue sky one, and then Kirby has the Starlight one. Then if you want to switch them, you got to buy both. So not only is the game $70, you got to spend $100 on Amiibo, and then you
Correct.
And if you want any modicum of online, you're going to have to pay for the online Switch service as well. We're not
Yes.
talking about that. We're talking about the price of Amiibo.
Get him.
And
all that is true. All that is true.
And what warranted this price of Amiibo? Like, I cannot stand the fact that like the Mario Amiibo have like these weird bases to them, but they're not that detailed and intricate. Like, I still find errors on the Amiibos that they're making. Like, I need to look and pick because they're like the manufacturing is not as pristine from each and every Amiibo. So not only are you charging, like, you can get a good quality, and as somebody who has figures of Nintendo characters,
both of you, all of us actually, but yes, you guys have more luck than me.
If you're willing to spend $100 on a good piece of collectible memorabilia, why would you spend $40 on an Amiibo?
Yep, makes no sense.
And like think about the last Amiibos that came out for Donkey Kong. They gave you an extra textured specific ball that you could throw when Nintendo I can get that on the ground.
Nintendo knows people are collecting them, and it's got to do with that. That's got to be one of the reasons they're raising the prices, and it's got to be one of the reasons, like, and also tariffs, because God forbid, prices like everything is just so much more expensive, and like I see a lot of people talking about it online. Like, it feels like Nintendo is trying to price out the regular person. Like, $40. That is the price of a brand new, like, I shouldn't say brand new, but that is the price of Super Mario Galaxy 2.
Yep.
Like, you either have a game with dozens of hours of gameplay or a statue that lets you get a collectible skin. Like, Nintendo has taken away what was fun about these Amiibo. They were affordable. I imagine they're cheap to make, but because they slapped the Nintendo symbol on it, much like with Apple, for example, now that same thing cost more money because you put that symbol on it. And I get some of the Samus ones. The one on her bike is an XL where it's a little bit more and it's got a little bit larger thing, but what does it do? We really don't know. They didn't really even announce what it does. And you've got other Amiibos as well. They're supposed to do stuff, but what do? It's very, very little. Like, it's got to be one of the most frustrating things as someone who, I do like Amiibo, but the it's too expensive now. I can't justify spending $40 on this type of thing. I can't. $50 isn't worth it either. So
no, I think that, I mean, I could be wrong, but I always felt like that, like $12.99, $14.99 was such a sweet spot, because then everybody was like, oh yeah, that's cheap enough that like I can try and get them all, and they were always sold out.
Right.
You don't really see them sold out anymore.
Yeah, and like think about, like, I think one of the things that really took Amiibos into the stratosphere was the success of not just the Amiibos but the games of Breath in the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, because I remember with Tears of the Kingdom, I think about months when I had the game and I wanted to replay it, I looked up what each Amiibo would give you in the game, and that made me choose my purchase. Like, that's something entirely different because the amount and what they were able to give and the use of them every day. It used to be, I don't know, there used to be a sense of pride for buying Amiibos to support the games that you already are excited to play. And now it's just like cash grab, cash grab, cash grab, cash grab, cash grab.
Mm-hmm.
So
once again, Nintendo does not care about
hard pass
their consumers.
And to be fair too, and like we kind of went on a tangent there with Amiibo.
Oh, I loved it though.
So I am excited for Metroid. I am worried about the fact that this is an open world game now.
Yeah, the bike thing.
Hopefully it's I can't imagine it's that, I don't know, full of stuff. Like, it did seem like there were a couple enemies that you're going to fight here and there. Take, for example, like Ocarina of Time. Like, that open world was pretty empty, all things considered. At night, some monsters would attack you, and some other monsters would attack you during the day, but you usually spent your time just mashing the roll button to get to your next objective. So I think I don't know where they're going with Metroid here. I just hope it's good.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for this game. I think it's going to be fun. I just want it to continue to be fun.
Agreed.
We then have Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment November 6th. I am very excited for this one. There was a couple things in the trailers that make this... I don't think it's a regular Hyrule Warriors game. At one point, Zelda was in a, for a lack of a better word, a Star Fox type ship flying around shooting a Ghidorah. So it looks like there's going to be like kind of multiple fun, maybe different missions that spice up the gameplay a little bit. I am very excited for Age of Imprisonment, and that's on November 6th. Then, kind of a surprise to me, we got more Pokemon news. The final trailer, which we got 3 new Megas revealed, and a little bit of controversy in the fact that we already have the first DLC announced with Mega Raichu X and Y. I was
the game's not out.
Yes, I was very excited for the Mega Raichu. I love Raichu. Who cares about Pikachu, the mascot? That stupid little mouse. Regardless, what has come up in a little bit of drama lately is the fact that, one, they are charging $30 for DLC for a game that is not out yet. I don't know if the DLC is this kind of thing where it's a day one sort of thing, or if it's available at a later date. That one I'd have to do a bit more research on. But also, 3 of the new Megas were the starters from X and Y, which is where this game takes place in. They have revealed that in order to get these Mega Stones, you have to play in online ranked matches with a Battle Pass reward type system. And now that has pissed off people as well. It's funny because there's so much positive talk about Pokemon before this trailer came out, and now people are bashing it because of the reasons that I have mentioned. I am still excited for Pokemon Legend Z to A. I've liked the Mega Evolution so far. I think it's going to be a fun game, and I'm excited to see what it can do on Switch too. Pokemon gets away with this because people know that people are just going to buy it anyway. So keep that in mind, people. This game is going to sell millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of copies.
It wasn't a good DLC outing for Nintendo Switch. You're probably going to announce the other thing, but it wasn't just a good DLC outing. Specifically, I think we need to reaffirm what that word means and what the history of that word is, or those words. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. We did get the next Monster Hunter like Legends game, the RPG type one, where it seems like 2 riders are facing off. Very excited for that. We are getting that next year. They also, following Pokemon, Pokopia, which is an Animal Crossing type game where the Ditto takes on the characteristics of a human, and it looks like you build like your area, learn moves from Pokemon, and build them houses. It looks like an Animal Crossing Pokemon game. Interesting crossover. Interested to see how that goes. Man, woof. Final Fantasy VII Retrograde is coming on Switch 2 and other consoles January 22nd. So if you're an Xbox person, you're finally going to be able to get it. Finally going to be able to play Final Fantasy the Final Fantasy Remake Part 1
years later.
Years later, that is true.
Yeah.
We then had, talking about the DLC, Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC returned to DK Island and Emerald Rush. Another DLC, which was a surprise considering the game is still very, 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 very fresh.
Why wasn't it in the game?
Yeah.
We're like a month and a half from that game release.
Yep.
Or 2 months. Sorry, go ahead, Barry.
No, it's okay. Like, I get it. Like,
that's on top of everybody saying it sucked.
Oh, there people are. I haven't even seen any people talking about it.
Yeah.
Like I get the whole roguelike portion of things that they're going for. And I loved when Splatoon did that. Like, Splatoon did an awesome roguelike adventure that I got so addicted to. when they did it with that DLC, but it just feels like so. My friend has played it; it's good. He likes it, but just how long can a roguelike smashing stuff go for?
Yeah.
It's like is my consideration.
God of War did it too, and it was free.
Yeah.
They didn't charge.
Yep.
Mm.
We then have Ari Requiem is launching day and date with Switch 2 along with the other consoles, and we got to see the most gameplay we ever have.
Yeah.
For Resident Evil Requiem. Are you guys excited?
Always.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
With that, the announcement of Village and Biohazard
Biohazard. Yep.
coming to Switch 2 as well. Big stuff now, boys. Hades 2.
Yeah.
Hades 2 is coming exclusively to Switch September 25th digitally. Has not really, they haven't said the console release date yet for PlayStation and Xbox, but a physical edition of Hades 2 will be out sometime in November. Super excited for this. I did buy Hades 2 on my PC, but I've kind of been holding off because it wasn't in 1.0 yet. And what I did with Hades is I played way too much Hades before it went into 1.0, and then I kind of got burned out on Hades. So I'm waiting on Hades 2 to go into 1.0, which it now has, and I will probably be buying it digitally and maybe even physically as well, because I'm a stupid consumer.
Yes.
Forgot to mention Mario Tennis Fever. They announced a new Mario Tennis game. That's how much everybody loves Mario Tennis.
Yay.
And while everyone was eating with Mario announcements, with Metroid announcements,
This is Fatal Frame. That's why.
Yeah, Fatal Frame.
We did get Fatal Frame. You ruined my entire train. I had a whole thing set up. Nintendo did it just for me.
They did, just for you.
On the closing announcement of this, I didn't think we'd get it, but boys, we did it. We are now... Fire Emblem is big enough to close out Nintendo Directs. You're getting a Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave in 2026, and I could not be more excited.
Is it everything you wanted?
It seems like it. I personally have not been this excited since like Kingdom Hearts.
That's high praise.
It is like not only was it just the fact that it's on Switch 2, the fact that it's going to be like I liked Fire Emblem Engage. I did love Fire Emblem Engage, but it felt more like a celebratory thing with all of the past characters. At the end, we got an adult Sothis. So this is some way connected to Three Houses. So whether it canonizes a route or it's a prequel or it's a sequel, I don't know. But I get it. I got a new Fire Emblem game, guys.
Barry, as a new Fire Emblem indulger, I was hoping that you would say something like that, because I was theorizing that is it closer to Three Houses, because Three Houses is what got me on Fire Emblem. That was my first one. I was not as happy with Engage as Three Houses, so it looks like it's kind of reverting back to something that made a new fan like myself interested in Fire Emblem.
I think they know that. I think they know Three Houses was a big like introductory and jumping point for a lot of people who were getting into Fire Emblem. But Engage can kind of throw everything off. I loved Engage, but there is a lot of issues. Character designs are inconsistent throughout the entire game, and they did go to a person to design these characters. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but based off of the trailer, we're back to protagonists with single-colored hairstyles for the most part, and it looks like we got 4 different lore choices. Do we get an avatar character? Do we not? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm just so excited.
2026, baby.
Yeah, it is.
Let's go.
I can't wait for more trailers. I hope they explain a little bit more. But at the end, when they showed Sothis, I was like, yes, like we're back.
We're back, yeah. Boys.
But that was the best way for them to close out a Nintendo Direct for me. Never in my years did I think we'd get a Fire Emblem to close out a Nintendo Direct, especially of this magnitude. The longest one in years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a long one.
And they closed it out with Fire Emblem. I feel like that just shows like the want to be like, hey guys, like we know we know Fire Emblem is a franchise of ours. Let's give it its due. So that meant a world to me, just because it's like you'd think they'd close out with a new Mario game or close out with a new Smash Brothers game or more Kirby or whatever. But no, we got Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. Play 3
I'm
houses.
happy for you.
I'm happy for you too. I texted the group. I was like, Barry, yes, I did that. Barry.
Well, it's just funny, just because I got to text my Fire Emblem friends, and it's just like,
is it just all the people from 3 houses? Like that's what.
Yeah. It's like we get to eat.
Yep.
There's food on the table for the Fire Emblem fans this time around. I get to eat it. But yeah, like I'm biased. This Nintendo Direct was incredible. For me.
We've just been tearing it apart for like 20 minutes, and now
it
was incredible.
The announcements of games are still there. I still like the announcement.
Yeah.
Craig, I'm glad you pointed that out, though. We've kind of been ripping it a new one.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I know we've been ripping it, and I know we've been talking about it for a while, but like I think the games are exciting. I'm excited for the games. Am I happy about the amiibo? Absolutely not. Am I happy about the DLC with a game that just came out 2 months ago and for a game that's not out yet? Not really. But Nintendo, like, we as consumers allow this to happen.
Yeah.
So if you want it changed, everyone has to change.
Right.
But that's all the news I have, guys. And I'm tired of talking.
You covered all mine. I'm good.
I have just one, and it's very quick. Did you guys know that there is a Call of Duty film coming out?
Yes.
Did you know? Did you know that the Steven Spielberg was tapped to possibly do that film, and he was turned down by Activision to do Call of Duty, the Call of Duty movie? Apparently, because Steven Spielberg is, definitely a genius in his own right. In his filmmaking, he wanted complete creative control, which includes marketing, and just all the things that come with, having that complete control, and that spooked Activision into dropping him. I don't know how you can tell the guy that made Saving Private Ryan that you don't want him to do your war film and Schindler's List.
Yeah,
I understand it's a different type of war film.
Yeah, and those games were based off of his movies.
Yeah.
To begin with, right? Like those Call of Duty games were based off of Saving Private Ryan.
Like you have Steven Spielberg do your war movie, man. Yeah. I think he's got. I don't know. Obviously, that's way above. I'm not sitting at that board of directors table or that round table, but I just found it funny that the guy that did Saving Private Ryan was turned down to do a Call of Duty film.
Yes.
In 2020. So that's my little bit of news that I found comical.
Ready to talk about games this week, then?
Let's do it.
Yeah, games.
I have finished Mafia: The Old Country.
Let's go.
And I've played Borderlands 4.
Enzo.
I also finished Mafia: Old Country. So we all finished it. I played through Gears of War Reloaded. That's what it's called, right? And then Skate came out today. So I did play some Skate, and then Ninja Gaiden Ragebound.
I totally missed that one, the Ninja Gaiden one. Oh, wow. I'm so glad we finished Mafia Old Country. I'm still saying Enzo around my house. I'm like, Enzo. My wife hates it. I completed Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. It's a mouthful.
Yep.
I started and am in the middle of Hell Is Us. And I don't know, do we count Madden on this list? It was...
Yeah, count Madden, yeah.
I started Madden because for those of you in PlayStation, the deluxe edition is actually costing less than the standard version right now. It's like $40 for the deluxe. So I was like, here's my moment.
Yeah.
So I just bought that and started that.
I still haven't downloaded it, and I bought the 2-pack College Football and Madden, and I still haven't downloaded it.
Right.
All right, we have a lot to talk about then. We'll start with Mafia, baby. All played it. So my ending thoughts on Mafia. I very much like this game. It's a good story game. The world they crafted is gorgeous. It does take a lot for me to like. I didn't skip any of the drives. I didn't.
Oh, I did.
I didn't skip the
I didn't.
horseback riding. I enjoyed like looking at the world because it's very pretty. Um, I guess for the most part, really the only part I have an issue with is the game is repetitive. I'm not the biggest fan of the knife fights in the end. Um, they're a little too predictable in a lot of ways, and I get it, but also like we could have done something different with some of the boss fights. Like they don't all have to end in a knife fight; they can end in other ways.
Yes.
You then have um I tried to do stealth, but I eventually just started to become a mafia killing machine and just started blasting every place I went into, which made the game a lot more fun. The stealth part is really repetitive as well. Um, I had to change the settings so that I didn't have to mash square anymore. It just auto did it for me instead. I was tired of mashing square for everything. Did it makes but it does it for cutscenes too, which does make it a little less fun when I'm just watching when I'm supposed to probably be pressing square. Um, I thought the ending was fun.
Yeah.
It doesn't sacrifice its good storytelling for the sake of trying to wrap up the story.
Did you like the Mary Jane part?
I didn't mind it.
I didn't mind it either. It just reminds me of Mary Jane, where you're like, "What? I'm not playing Spider-Man this briefly."
It's a little annoying considering like it one mess up, and it was like, okay, like you got to restart because during some of the fights with Tino, which I hated Tino.
Finally,
I wanted to shoot that man so many times, and I really wish they would have let me shoot him instead of like slowly stab at him, I guess. I thought Don Teresi was awesome. He's an awesome villain. Cesare, I hated him. I liked him, and then at the end, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm all right with this. Should we spoil it?
Yeah, I mean, we've all played it. So.
It's a 10-hour game that that came out 2 months ago. I feel like we can.
When Cesare came and like you have the chance to kill him, but you don't. You walk away. He comes back and he, says he's going to help you, but then kills you anyway.
Yep.
Goes to show how dedicated he was to the family, but also it wasn't like a he hated me kill. It was more like I gotta do it.
Right.
At this point. But what do you guys think?
He just killed his father. Like he kind of has to do that.
Uncle, it's his uncle.
Sorry, uncle, duh.
So I had multiple people, including my wife, who had beat it before me, who were telling me that like the ending was terrible, like one of the worst endings, and I don't agree with that. I enjoy the ending. I feel like it sets it up so that obviously, I'm assuming him killing you is he's going to take over the family, right? So to me, that means they left it open that obviously he's the head of the family now. So you can either do, if they want, you can do another game where you're playing as her, right? And because she leaves at the end of the game to go to the same place that Mafia 2 takes place, same city. You can either have her in America and go back to Italy, or if they wanted, they could skip time ahead and have her baby be that could be who you play as. So I like that it kind of leaves it open to, if they want to do another game, there's many different ways they can go that I would be excited with any of those. Honestly, I love Mafia 2. So if I can play a game back in, was it Empire Bay? Is that what they called it? Like, I will 100% be there day one. But I didn't hate the ending.
Yeah, I mean, I had to come to gripes with it.
Yeah.
Because I kind of wanted them both. But like, what Mafia movie ends with like the woman who's consistently saying you have to get out of this business and I'll help you, and like the guy's like, but I have to stay in the business. Like that never ends well in these
Yep.
stories. So like you kind of know that something's gonna happen, right?
Right.
Luca's death was the breaking point. That's when I became a killing machine. Once Luca died, it was
Yep.
all over.
Oh
Yep.
my god, I love Luca.
Luca was best boy.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I guess for me the issue with the ending is how they do it. So you play as all of Enzo's part, and then you play as what is it Isabella? Is that
Isabella,
her?
yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then you play
Isabella.
her part. I probably would have preferred they switched, like play Isabella's part because it's a little bit more forced stealth
Mhm.
and not as like action and climaxy. Where yes, the whole house is on fire and you finally get to kill Tino, but you kind of feel useless because all you can really do is hide and either stab people or get to Tino and just kind of run through the level. Um, I would have preferred Enzo's part being the end because it is this big climax, and then you can cut to Cesare,
Yeah.
giving Isabella the note. I just feel like that switch I think would have done a lot better ending for people, just because Enzo's part is a bit more fun and a bit
Yeah.
more of a climax rather than having to go through the bell curve of Isabella's playtime, because you're right, it's the Mary Jane issue where you kind of get into it and you're like, man, this part kind of sucks.
Yeah. Agreed.
Right.
Overall, I think it's a solid
It is a solid game.
7 or 8.
Solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great entry.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely.
What else do we want to do? I guess Gears of War Reloaded I can run through real quick. Gears is still fun. I have not touched the multiplayer because everybody's yelling about how broken and bad it is. So I have just been like, you know what? I'm not even gonna. I'm good. You know what I mean? But
I'm good.
Playing through it again was fun. Brings back a lot of good memories, good and bad, as far as like how it controls. It's still that same way. The roadie run is still obnoxious. Rolling all over the place is still fun. I really do hope they end up remastering all of them, remaking all of them. I think that would be great. But as a standalone, it's pretty solid.
Right. Do you want me to run through the other remake, I guess? Metal Gear Solid. Wow, I was going to say solid remake. That's pretty funny. But it's a faithful remake. I really like what they did. For me, this was a very interesting ride because this was the game that I played the least. Actually, I guess 4 you would count that as, but I played 1 and 2 a crap ton, and I played 3 once or twice as a kid. So it was nice to revisit. I forgot some parts, especially towards the end of what happened in the story. So this was really a nice one. It ran fine for me. I really didn't have any technical issues with the game itself, but I think that this is also a great. We were talking about introductions to specific series and how Fire Emblem had a great introduction with 3 houses. I think that it's kind of nice that this comes out now for people who may have heard of Metal Gear Solid because they have like a super fan or somebody who's like really dedicated to the series like Craig or I. So I don't know. It's a good introduction. And for people like Craig, you played through one, you said 1 through 3 recently, right? Haven't played 4 again yet?
No.
I think they did a great job. I didn't touch any of the extra stuff. I was really there for the ride. The only issue I had were the collectibles sometimes, just trying to find those. For those of you that haven't played it yet, each screen or each like map has 2 collectibles that you have to shoot in order to collect them. Very early into the game, it entices you to do that just because they're just sitting out in a wooded area and they're like a frog.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if it was the frog from the original.
Yeah, it was the keratin, and then I forget what the other one's called. But they're in each map, and sometimes they're very easy to get. Like in the opening area, they're just sitting right where you land. Other times, they're like in the most ridiculous spots, like they are in boss matches. So if this is a new game for you and you like collectibles or 100%ing something, you will have to try to shoot those collectibles before certain boss matches end, or you miss your 100%. So If anything, that's what took me longer to beat it. Craig, the chase, there's a chase scene that we both know about that makes it hard. I don't think that ruins it, right? Saying there's a chase scene. There's a chase scene in it where it makes it hard because you're literally like trying to do it before. So like that was the only issue I really had with remembering that that's something that you want to do. I personally did a no kill playthrough myself. You're more than welcome to do that if you play the game. The game does give you the option of stealthing the entire, well, not stealthing, but using the trank gun the entire game and not actually killing a person. But you could also go buck wild and shoot everything you want. Um, but it was really nice to get the nuances of the game. It was good. It's really nice to play that one again. Can't wait for one. Like, give me Metal Gear Solid now, please.
Madden?
Yeah. Not bad. Not bad. It plays smoother. They did do. I hate saying this because Madden. I sound like a Madden site or video, but they did do some updates to the franchise mode, which is the only thing I played because I just got it. It streamlines it a little bit more, makes it less boring. At spots, I haven't done a draft yet, but the interface just looks a lot easier to maintain. There's still 4,000 things you do in franchise mode, which could seem overwhelming. Maybe don't play it after a hard day at work because it just seems like more work. But it's just nice to get in and just kind of play a game. The weather conditions actually matter more in this one. I played my first rain game last night, and Tyrone Tracy on the Giants was sliding everywhere. Like every handoff, specifically changing directions, which is what happens when you play in rain. It's kind of hard to keep your footing. So they made those more of a factor, and they kind of diversified the announcing. Like a prime game sounds different than a 1 o'clock game, announce wise, production wise. Like they kind of made you feel like it's more exclusive to play on Monday night, Sunday night. So those small nuances I think help the game that already is you could easily get burnt out on depending on how much you play. And I like it. I literally picked it up after a crushing Giants loss in week 2, and I was like, I'm gonna make them win that game, and that's what I did. I played the first and I beat Dallas like the Giants should have. So that's I got my revenge.
I can also agree that it feels like Madden 26 is better this year than past, but I don't want to give it too much credit. I do like franchise mode. I do have, and maybe it's just because our teams suck, Craig. But
Yeah.
I really enjoy blowing the heck out of blowing up the franchise that is the Miami Dolphins and trading everyone I don't like,
Right.
which is essentially the entire team.
Yes.
Like Devon Achane stays, Chop Robinson stays.
Of course, Chop. Yeah.
Everyone else goes.
It's not even the Dolphins anymore.
You're right.
Well, I think it's funny that you and I both have a Penn Stater on our teams that we have we're not moving at all. Because I was like, Abdul Carter, you're not going anywhere, man. Like,
Yep.
I trade for Abdul just so you recognize. I do take him away from the Giants every time I.
Oh, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
But yeah, if you're looking to get into Madden, I do feel a little bit more refreshed this year, but that might be because I skipped last year.
Right.
I feel like with sports games, and it's a lot like this in general right now, is usually if you take a year or two off, you come back feeling refreshed with the sports games. So that's where I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna buy Madden this year. I might wait for 27 to maybe get the next step, but Saquon Barkley's on it. I probably should just get it.
Right.
But yeah, that's what I agree with. I agree with you and Madden there.
Do you want me to run through mine?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, phenomenal, absolutely incredible. I love Ninja Gaiden games. This is very much a Ninja Gaiden game. Move really fast, jumping off of enemies, extends your double jumps and all that kind of stuff. It's stuff that if you play Ninja Gaiden. But the visuals for like I don't know, it's kind of like a 16-bit style game work. It runs really well. I'm playing on Switch too, so it gives me an excuse to use my Switch too, which is kind of nice. Um,
Sick.
it runs well docked. It runs well handheld. It's been a good like just kind of a time killer game, but it might actually end up sneaking into the top 10 somewhere, which is wild to think about for something that I did not have on my radar at all when the year started.
Right.
But it is a phenomenally well done game. Skate just came out today. If you don't know, it is free to play. I've been playing a lot of like the older skates this year, Skate 3, Skate 2. This definitely feels like a skate game, but the microtransactions are everywhere in this game. So like if you don't want your person to look like a basic, weirdo, you're gonna have to spend money. Some of it is all right, like you do unlock clothing and boards just from playing the game and doing objectives, but some of it gets a little out of hand. Like they had some I think they were just like overalls, like Dickies overalls that were like when you translate the currency were like over $10. That's wild. You know what I mean? They have a founders pack right now that gives you a bunch of stuff. It's like $45. So you could spend a lot of money very quick in this game if you want your skater to look a particular way. Like the stuff that you get from playing, like every time you do an objective, they give you a separate currency. That currency can only be used to buy blind boxes, pretty much. That'll give you like, here's a list of like 8 things you could potentially get, and if you buy it 8 times, you'll have all of them. But none of them are like name brand clothing or skateboards. They're generic stuff that EA has made. If you want like Van shoes, you got to pay like $5. If you want like a particular brand of skateboard, you're not going to get it from the currency you make from playing the game. So if you care about that stuff, which is kind of important if you think about a skateboarding game, like you want that stuff, you're gonna have to spend money. I don't mind spending money on free to play games. Barry and I have both done it in Apex. People do it all the time in Fortnite. I'm not against that at all. But as of right now, like the game is fun. It's just a lot of money they're expecting people to throw into it. So I'm curious to see if longevity wise, if people stick with it or if they bounce off. Like I had to wait like a minute today when I installed it to get in, and there was like over 10,000 people waiting. It's not bad for a first day. If you like the skate games, it is more of that. So it feels good to just skate around. And I'm not one who like super, super cares about what my avatar looks like. So as long as it's entertaining enough, and they are going to be adding to it as time goes on, this is a live service game. You can't play it offline. You have to be online. The only thing I haven't done that maybe we should consider if you guys are interested is you can make parties and just kind of skate around with each other and do objectives. That could be fun, right? Like that could be something fun to do on with people and maybe we get more value out of it. But as of right now, just playing for like a couple hours today by myself, I was having fun. I like what I see.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hell is Us.
Yes.
Very interesting take on a game. The developers really pride themselves on dropping you into a location, giving you a little bit of a story, kind of, but basically letting you figure out the story with minimal cutscenes and just finding your way around the world. So, if you've seen a review on this, the main thing that people were maybe lukewarm about was the combat, because the combat it's combat. So you essentially have pole arms, you have swords, axes, things like that, and you fight these creatures called, I think they're hollow walkers is the name of them, which they essentially look just like human silhouettes with a like kind of like a ghostly crater out of their face. Like it's weird. But in any case, there's a couple variants of them, and that would be another. necessary, I guess, a weakness that you would see online if you look up a review, is just there's not a lot of enemy variants. But the game is, I think, 30% combat, maybe 40%, 60% exploration, because they don't hold your hand. You have to remember things or kind of get your bearings. You do have a compass. The maps aren't hard to, once you run around them a little bit, they're not too vast where you forget where you are or have to double back or whatever. But I found something in the first hour of gameplay that was actually for a side quest that was 12 hours
Wow.
into it. And there's like the guy has kind of like a whatever an iPad would be, but in the 80s. Like he has that, and it has like points of interest, people of interest, stuff like that. So you can kind of just make the distinctions as you need. But it's basically about finding stuff, being excited about it, solving puzzles. The puzzles can get pretty intricate, especially in dungeons or the game's version of dungeons. But I think it's unique in what it does, and it's providing some type of weird satisfaction playing, like finding something that a character was looking for that they said in passing. Like I think there was like a father who talked about losing this teddy bear that his son liked before he died. And then you find a teddy bear and you're like, I wonder if this is the teddy bear. And sure enough, you go back and you give it to him and he's like, that's it. And then you complete that. And they do give you rewards for that. So it's not too time consuming. The side quests are outlined for you by like grayed out squares so you know how many there are in the game. Like when you start it, there's not too many. There's like a good 20, 24, which makes it more satisfying. But it's not a long game. I know that I'm pretty close based on how the game is describing itself I'm like at the 60% in. I would say a lot of people would have fun at this at a $30 price point. If you don't want to buy it at the price it is now, I completely understand, and I recommend waiting. But you will have some type of fun while playing it. So tell us, definitely not going through hell playing it.
I did want to tell you, yeah, a lot of what I had read and what I think is cool about the game is the whole like side quest, but there are people like who are keeping journals and notebooks of like what people are telling them and things like that. So if they can find it or use whatever they said to solve a puzzle, it's kind of cool to like have that not just flat out told to you and not just have like a side character like Atreus going, here's the solution for you. It is sometimes nice to just be able to figure it out on your own, despite the fact that it's a little frustrating sometimes to do so. But figuring it out on your own is also a prize within itself, rather than just having it handed to you at that moment.
Agreed.
Anything else before I get into Borderlands?
Not for me. Okay.
Borderlands 4 is the newest game out of all the ones we've talked about. I want to say I'm about 5-6 hours into it. Other than the performance stuff I've been having, I am enjoying the game. There is a couple like tweaks where I feel like the gunplay is fun, but the shooting is strange, which I've had to play a lot with the sensitivity to get that right. And it lets you play with it. Like you can adjust it within a single of a digit. And you can really dial it in, but you have to be willing to play with it, which is not what people want to do. They don't want to spend their time in menus. They want to spend the time playing the game and shooting bosses and stuff like that. The game hasn't been overly bad on the comedy front yet. Like, Claptrap is still Claptrap. You still meet a lot of weird people out in the overworld. I think overall the game looks good. It is refreshing to feel like in a world where I'm getting Pokemon every year, we're getting Madden every year, we get all of these sports games every year, or at the most there's like 1 or 2 years between like a franchise and its next game coming out. Maybe I feel a bit more refreshed by Borderlands 4 because it's been so long. And there are a decent amount of good things that they've done with it. The game does look better. The movement system is so much better. And instead of having to go find a vehicle respawn point, you just spawn your vehicle right there.
Right.
I can't tell you how much better it is in that front alone. The fact that you don't need to spend hours or minutes walking to the next area or hoping to find a vehicle after it's been blown up by raiders and things like that. I'm not as far enough to be able to tell you if the villain is as good as Borderlands 2 Handsome Jack is. A lot of comparisons online will tell you no, it's not, but it's still like the games and the boss battles are fun, the vaults are fun. We got to see where we get to with the guns, whether or not they're wacky and zany enough to keep people satiated. But I like overall, I'm having a positive experience with this game. I'm not running into all the performance issues people are talking about, but I am running into some. And I can see why people are angry about that. Just Borderlands 4, though, like, I'm playing as Rafa, who I thought was the assassin type class, but is the soldier type class if I had to mix it in. But the skill trees are a lot more, like, expansive, much like in Borderlands 3. Like, you do get skill trees that go into 3 different ults that, for lack of a better word, and they can mix and match however you want to, really. Some things don't go together, but overall, like, I am having fun. I think the gameplay is fun. It's just a matter of continuing to get a bit further into it, because a lot of the times these games don't really show their teeth until you start to get the legendary weapons from bosses, or the fun grenade that spouts grenades, or the fun grenade that gives you money every time it explodes. There's got to be fun stuff like that in this because it's a Borderlands game.
Right.
But reviews also indicate that it is a fairly good game, 84 on Metacritic based on a lot of people, and a lot of the middling reviews are because of the performance. So as they continue to patch this out, I do feel like the game was only going to feel better.
It's fair. I really want to play it. I'm just, like I said before, I'm trying to be a responsible gamer. Finish one thing before I go to the next.
That's how I was with Mafia. I did not start Borderlands until I finished Mafia.
See?
So I
love it.
Yes. It's just a matter of, gosh darn it, there's still so many other games to beat at this
It's
point.
Just too many.
Yeah.
And there's so many games coming out.
Yes.
Stopping everything when Ghost of Yote comes out. That is priority one.
I probably will too.
Yeah, that is
priority one.
Is Ghost Yote comes out, Hades 2 comes out, Pokemon comes out.
Yep.
And that's just 3 games I announced within the next 3 weeks. So there's no winning.
No, there is not.
Is the main goal here. But, regardless, that's the games we got into this week. We definitely had a wide spread of them, so I'm glad we covered all of that. Yep. We then get into movies and TV shows this week, where for me, I forgot to mention it the last time we talked, but the Phoenician Scheme, which I could still talk about now. But I have not watched Demon Slayer yet. I'm watching it tomorrow, so you'll have to wait till the following weeks to get my opinions.
I think the only thing I watched was Nobody 2. I was trying to rack my brain, but I'm pretty sure that's it.
All right, Craig, you're gonna like me here. Together, watch Together.
Yep.
And I watch Weapons.
Hey,
my wife and I watch
Weapons.
I was gonna say Alien Earth, but that show is not over yet. But I am watching it, so I'll just hang tight until that show is done, and then I'll give the full take when it's done. So I think there's only 1 or 2 episodes left.
So I'll start with the Phoenician Scheme, just because it is probably the older of the 2 movies, and I did forget it last week or last recording. The Phoenician Scheme is such an odd movie. It is definitely Wes Anderson's storytelling, where these things are in chapters and you're bouncing back and forth between reality and these odd, surreal moments. Like, I found the movie entertaining because I think the actors do a very good job of playing the characters. I think Benicio del Toro does an awesome job, and so does Michael Cera is in this movie as well. It's just a matter of, if you're not paying attention, you are going to be lost. It is the type of, it's almost like a skit, really, where you have a skit with one character, with the main cast and another character. You then have a weird, surreal moment, usually in black and white, and then there's a kind of an interlude skit where they're on a plane, and then you're back to another skit with another character. It's kind of a really odd way of doing things, but it is Wes Anderson. It is an odd movie, but I also find it it is enjoyable. I did enjoy this movie, despite the fact that I could definitely see it being as confusing for people. It's one of those movies I watched before going to bed and then stayed up to watch the rest of it. I think says enough about the movie itself.
Yeah. When I first saw the trailer of that, I was like, "Oh man, this reminds me of the Grand Budapest." Oh, it's the same. It's the guy. Like it's the Grand
Every
Budapest.
time.
Yep.
You always know
Yep.
Wes Anderson movies. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like I was surprised because I just looked it up. He didn't do Big Fish, which it also gave me Big Fish vibes, which is like a kind of a similar fantasy type movie. Um, but I'm glad you liked it, Barry.
Yeah, it's on
Um,
Peacock. Try it if you feel like it.
Nobody too. I don't know if either one of you guys watched the first one. I'm a
No,
big
and
old
nobody watched it on the
nobody.
No,
spot.
I watched it. I watched
Okay.
it.
Oh,
I
all right,
remember.
I'll take my joke back.
Yeah.
I'm a big Bob Odenkirk fan. Obviously Better Call Saul, just phenomenal. And the first Nobody was great. It shouldn't work, but it does. And the second one shouldn't work either, but it does somehow. I mean, if you take the first one where he's literally like a contract killer who's just trying to live a normal life, and you're like, okay, that makes sense. And the second one is literally like he's still a contract killer, but he needs a break, so he takes his family on vacation, and obviously problems follow him on vacation. And the whole movie is him just being like, "Leave me alone, I'm on vacation." It's shouldn't work, but it does. Um, his dad, who's played by Christopher Lloyd, who I totally forgot was still alive, is fantastic, and like the whole ending scene was incredibly well choreographed and done. It's just a fun, like, I love action comedies. I just think they're like the greatest thing ever. So give me more of those. So probably, man, there's so many movies this year. I don't want to definitively say top 10, but it might sneak its way in there. So if you haven't watched it, make sure you take the time to do so. I don't know if it's actually streaming anywhere yet. It doesn't look like it, but it will be very soon, I'm sure. And when it does, make sure you check it out.
Okay, I'll just go through my two guys real
Yeah.
quick. First one will be Together. I don't know who to recommend this movie to.
No one.
Just like a horror fan. So, Dave Franco and Allison Brie, who are a couple in real life, are having marital problems. Long story short, and they, like every other person, are either moving away from the city or whatever. Just don't leave the city if you don't want scary things to happen to you, is what I've learned from scary movies. But they move out to the countryside so that Allison Brie's character can teach at a school, and he's a struggling musical artist. There's something weird about the area and the surrounding area, and essentially it turns into, I don't even know how much I could say without spoiling it, but it's called Together. And if you look at the title, or if you look at the movie poster, they're clutching each other and their skin is like, they're like in
Fused.
their each other's skin.
Yep.
So that's essentially what it is, more or less. So it's a very interesting body horror depiction. They do a great job. It's not going to be my top horror movie of the year, but it did. I don't know. It made me think, I guess. Weapons, weapons, weapons. This one was done by Zach Kreger, which is the guy who did Barbarian in 2022. I like this uprising of people who are doing kind of their next movie, because we got Osgood doing the monkey. He did the monkey, right?
Yes.
Osgood Perkins. Yeah, right after the success of oh my god, I can't think of them all now. But anyway, so Weapons was my most anticipated scary movie of the year. Probably, if anything, maybe the new Jordan Peele produced one, him. So I was really excited to watch this movie. It did not disappoint for me. Quite the twist, Craig. If I remember correctly, you said that you did not predict the
Yeah.
twist,
No.
and I didn't either.
Yep.
I don't know. Like there was a second half of that movie that you're like, what?
Yep.
And when the main antagonist is revealed, you took one look at them and you were like, yeah, you're the bad one. Like you're the like it's like you didn't see the antagonist for a while, or
Yep.
at least you feel like it felt like a while. So uh I really liked how the kids were utilized in this particular film, and the movements, the awkwardness, any of the marketing. You see the kids with kind of like their arms behind them as they're running, and that does not get less creepy in the movie. And then there were like I always think of a movie because we always talk about scary movies on here. I think of it, can I recommend it for Barry? And like it's I think it might be too weird for you, but I don't think it
Yeah.
would flat out scare you. Like that's the one thing that sometimes like even I'm worried about watching this is like, is it too like, is it gonna like scare the crap out of me? And this one didn't. I was just engrossed the whole time.
It's a slow
Uh,
burn.
it is a slow burn.
Mm-hmm.
For the premise, there's a woman teaching in a school, elementary school. One day, all but one of the kids uh, are missing from her class while school is going on, which prompts every parent of a kid in that class to wonder what the heck is going on. But there is one that showed up to class that day, and it's about the ensuing parents trying to figure out where their kids are because all of them disappeared at night at the same time. They just ran out of their houses. And what does that mean? Where did they go? Are they okay? What's up with the teacher? And the other thing that I like that it did, which I'll end on, is it did it from different viewpoints, which Craig, you touched on, and that made the story better. You had it started off with the viewpoint of the teacher, as you know they would probably do, but then it goes to different characters that you meet throughout the story, and it intertwines their story. 825 Forest Drive or Forest Road did that, which is a lesser scary movie that I watched this year. But still, that's an effective way of storytelling if done correctly, because it just gives different perspectives. So, uh, right now, it's top 5 for me. Movie, not scary movie. It's top 5. I'll see how that rearranges with some of the last movies that are coming out for the next 2 or 3 months, but definitely recommend Weapons for anybody who's interested in horror.
All right, perfect. I hope everyone enjoyed this kind of extended catch-up version of the podcast this week. We appreciate everyone's patience in us getting the episodes up and kind of recording and uploading when we all can. Life's busy for everyone right now. If you did like the podcast, and you're listening to it on your podcast listening platform of choice, please make sure to leave a like or a review. Let us know how we did. Share with a friend if you feel so inclined. That always helps. If you are listening on YouTube, please make sure to like and subscribe and comment below. What was your favorite Nintendo Direct announcement? What do you think of Borderlands and the comments Randy Pitchford made? The movies we talked about. We talked about a lot of stuff this week, so there's a lot of stuff to comment about. Comment below, and I do like to engage in conversation as long as it's just a bunch of yelling back and forth. So I'm good. I'm good with it. We appreciate the support you guys give us every week. See you guys next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.
See you.
Have a good week.